Can you hear me? Let me know in the comments. Can you hear me in the comments? It's your boy macmean. True story. All stories ain't true. I don't know, man. I'm doing this all over again. I didn't know my sound was off. So yeah, I just got off the phone with Johnathan. He'll be pulling up today. You know what I'm saying? We'll be talking about the dispensary licenses. Can you hear me? Yes or no? 1 2 1 2. I'm seeing my mic go off over here, so most likely I'm right and you're wrong. Can you hear me? Yes or no? Yes or no? Salute. Black to the P. eBay, Dirty Kenzo, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Dimples D, everybody that's pulling up. Our Font Podcast, everybody. Audio's good, he says, right? So Johnathan Tucker pulling up. This is the pilot from the movie series Snowfall. We went into a partnership. You know, we got some things going on. This has been going on for months. I've been kind of like hush hush about it, but I mean, it's time to let the cat out the bag. Also, we looking for 2 candidates for this disparagement license. Let's wait for we get a couple more people. Moderators, y'all already know anything just a little bit etchy or sketchy, just clap them. And then just so everybody know, I'm talking about block them. Don't waste no time on them. All right, let's wait for a little while. I'm gonna tell you some things. Niggas return. We the one that the bitches prefer. In the club we party until we can sweat. In the eyes, I can see that Lamar up there ready. Oh my dick doing. Okay, now I do want y'all to share this video with people that been locked up. You know what I'm saying, for anything. Cause trust me, there's so many cracks in this deal that you could fall through. I mean, you could literally. I'm gonna give y'all everything, but first let's just look at this, just so y'all people that don't never, if you have never watched Snowfall.
Nice to meet you. Same here.
Do you want to know how we bring it in?
Hey, Sean playing? How far does it fly? Well, with the weight stripped out and the...
I mean, we'll have questions about that, you know, like depending on how much time we got. We really just looking for another candidate. We need somebody else that qualifies for the program. I do have the rules and everything that you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just start going through some of the things that you probably don't know. All right. Now this bill was basically, this is what's going on in New York. They're allowing people to have recreational licenses, right? Now, what they really want to do is make half of those licenses go to people that's been affected by the unfair weed laws. You know, so that means that if you got locked up for smoking a joint one time and had to go through the bullpens, even if you beat the case or whatever, you're eligible. If you have a business that's been standing in for the last 2 years, you know, I'll read y'all some of the things that they're asking for. All right. If you know a person that's been locked up for weed, right, you need to have them pull up. Don't be the people that say, you know, like later on in life, be like, you know what, that could have been me because I got locked up for this. You know, a lot of you cats talk about how much weed and drugs you sold in the street, but you don't tell us too much about how much legit business you got. So this is legit business. On March 31st, 2021, New York State passed the Marijuana Regulation and Taxation Act, right? Anyone 21 up and up can possess a certain amount of weed. Let's just go past that. Past convictions, cannabis convictions automatically expunged. Established a regulatory system for the legal cultivation, processing, basically weed business, Negroes, and social equity in the MRTA. That means the law requires an equity plan to be developed to provide loans, grants, and incubator programs to ensure broad opportunities. Yo, bro, they just opening up the doors for niggas that got locked up for weed, man. A goal shall be established to award 50% of adult use cannabis licenses to. I'm not talking about Ock on the corner store because I've been in New York recently and I see what y'all doing. Any Ock that's on the corner got, you know what I'm saying, he's selling his little $10 eighths and $20 eighths and whatever they doing is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about opening up a dispensary dedicated just to selling weed, marijuana. Individuals from communities disproportionately impacted by the enforcement of cannabis prohibition, minority owned businesses, woman owned businesses, minority and woman owned businesses, distressed farmers, and service disabled veterans. They want regular people to have these licenses. And to add on to that, $200 million is allocated towards these programs. You know what I'm saying? So in California, the first state that allowed this type of business to happen, what they found is that they was opening up the doors for regular people that had weed problems or whatever, convictions, arrests, and stuff like that. But moving forward, they wasn't able to maintain their businesses because they didn't have a lot of money allocated towards them. New York changed that. They put in a bunch of money up for this. You know what I'm saying? But you also have independent dispensary owners that's interested in back-end candidates. So what I'm looking for is two more candidates that would like to be backed. The licensing costs a lot of money to get your application in, and you really have to create a presentation for the judge before they allow this to happen. You know what I'm saying? So um, Johnathan Tucker and a few other people are looking for more candidates. I'm a candidate too, So my thing is pretty much done. 90% of my shit is done. But we need two more people. I mean, we don't need them. We want them. My email is at the top of the thing. Let me see. My email is it should be pinned. So y'all can hit me. Anybody that's interested so far can hit me. I mean, I'm gonna be interviewing Johnathan just about how we met and stuff like that, and what we trying to do. But I'm just throwing these. I'm throwing this at least the contact information out for you get in contact with me if you're interested so far. So here's the contact at the bottom. It says contact macmean at macmeantruestory@gmail.com. The link is pinned. All right. Now, I'm gonna text Mr. Johnathan Tucker, aka Tuck. Don't give a fist nut. But and see what time he's gonna be over here. And y'all can read through some of this while I'm contacting the brother. So that's you want to know what this is, you can look at this is called the Bronx Cannabis Hub. Scroll down, hit the PDF, and you can look at all the law, all the guidelines and stuff like that with this law, down to how much it costs, to get, like whatever you need, they'll be talking to you. You could get educated through here. But if you want somebody to back you, you need to hit macmean at macmeantruestory@gmail.com. Can I choose where my card is located? Card licensee awardees will be assigned a dispensary location in one of our 14 geographic regions of New York State. There will be 14 regions where this stuff is going down. I guess there's a certain amount of money going to each region. I don't know. I'm not an expert in this shit. And neither is Johnathan. You know what I'm saying? We just kicking the idea. We have expert lawyers to detail you if you become a candidate or whatever, or you jumping in board with us. We have lawyers that detail everything that you legally need. Hit the like button and share this video today, y'all. I know I say it a lot, and you might never share this video, not even one time. But today, whether you got a channel or not, share it on your Facebook, share it with your criminal uncle. You know what I mean? Like, come on. A lot of dudes that sell coke, crack, and all that other shit done got locked up for weed before. That's a part of the game. In New York City, if you ain't get locked up for weed in New York City, something's wrong with you. But the kicker to all of this is that you would have to show a profitable business in the last 2 years. Now, if you've been in business for 2 years, since 2020, up until now, and you can show you that you filed your taxes, then it's almost safe to say that you're in there. That's the biggest probably issue out of this whole ordeal. You got to show and prove that you've been a productive member of society for the last 2 years, and that's one of the requirements. So the eligibility, right? Applicants must be justice involved. Applicants must have an interest in an existing profitable business. So you could be a partner, you could be the sole proprietor, you could be the owner. Applicants must have a presence in New York State. I've worked countless jobs in New York State. You know what I'm saying? Justice involved requirement. At least one person applying for the license must have been convicted of a cannabis related offense in the New York state prior to MRTA, had a parent, legal guardian, child, spouse, or dependent who was convicted of a cannabis related offense in New York State prior to MRTA, was the dependent of someone who was convicted of cannabis related offense in New York State prior to MRTA. Now, y'all know I'm kind of slow with this today because this is not my normal live. And I'm educating myself as I move along too. So bear with me. Just know that my email is macmeantruestory@gmail.com. Okay, let me text the brother now. Qualifying cannabis related offenses are marijuana offenses under old New York Penal Code 221, whatever that shit is. Arrest for these offenses that ultimately led to conviction of another offense. You know what I'm saying? By means of a plea deal or other mechanism also qualifies cannabis related offense. You know what I'm saying? So if you got locked up, if you was convicted for something else, but weed was involved, you eligible. Individuals who can provide evidence that they or family member were arrested for a cannabis related offense before 3/31/21 are considered justice involved. So you don't need to be convicted for this shit. You just being locked up for it makes you eligible in that regard. If they were ultimately convicted of another offense, such as a non-drug offense, violation, or misdemeanor. I know some of y'all you can't think this far, and some of y'all just, like you feel like you might not qualify. But if you have a weed offense in any regard, you need to check in with me so we can run something with you and see if you like qualify in other ways. But if you have not had a LLC or been involved like in a partnership with somebody that guy has a business, you might be unqualified. So this is for the ballers. You know what I mean? This is for the real ones. Got 25 people here right now. Later on, people will see this video. 35. Share the video. Share the video. You know your uncle that been selling crack since the 70s, 80s, he probably got locked up for weed. They never know that he qualifies for this. You know what I mean? Your boy that got a barber shop and all that got locked up back in the days, he qualifies for this. You know what I'm saying? So applicant is a nonprofit organization that has tax exempt status, serves justice individuals or communities with historically high rates of arrest, conviction, incarceration, operates and manages a social enterprise for at least 2 years, creates job opportunities for justice involved individuals, has justice involved individuals means the nigga that got locked up. Right? Has justice involved niggas on his board, has at least 5 full-time employees, additional card ownership and control requirements, at least 51% of the application. Oh, I forgot about that. You have to be the majority share owner in your business. So it has to be your business. That's Johnathan. Text me now. Okay, let me drop the link for Johnathan. He's in a car in Boston. He flew out there today. So I mean, I'm kind of like throwing this at him, because we this has to be done before the 24th. All right, that's when it shuts down. On the 24th, this shit, the opportunity is gonna be gone. So y'all need to react fast to this. And I've been, like I said, I've been educating myself on a lot of this stuff. Probably a little bit more than Jonathan because his dispensary is in Boston, which is the Boston Garden Dispensary. Y'all can look it up. The marketing crew for him is also responsible for, cookies, raw paper, stuff like that. And they're being represented by the biggest weed law firm, so to speak, in America. I already looked them up. You know what I'm saying? macmean keeping it true to the people and providing some great info. This is consistent since day one. Appreciate you, Dimples D. And this is a fact. Everybody says that. TSTV, a brand that you can trust. You can see IP, my brother Izzy. He's from Chi-Town. He has TSTV in his name. That's the network that we build in here. Okay? So you have NBC, you have ABC, and then you got TSTV. That's us. All right, you got to manifest this stuff. John Shaft is my brother and been holding me down crazily lately. You know what I'm saying? Do John Shaft got a medal on his name or what? What are we doing? Let me check this out. Make sure my boy got some medal on his name. Because he always there with me. I'm going to take some of this metal off the other ones that be popping up whenever they want to and replace it with people that's consistent. No problem with you. But we building a network, like I said. And yeah. You got to bleed for this. Just like your business. I'm pretty sure Johnathan had to bleed to provide, jobs for people. And that's what I want to do. I want to be a millionaire. I want to provide jobs. I'm going to be a millionaire. This will be one of the things that I'm going to do. Okay? With my boy John Shaft. I'm not even asking the crew about this one because this one I already know. John Shaft, Iron Man around here. Boom. TSTV, a brand you can trust. Like I said, brother said, "Oh, you interviewing actors now?" Well, listen, I interview ex crooks, gangbangers, rappers, actors, anybody that's doing something productive. The reason why I'm gonna tell Johnathan the reason why I decided to, like to say yes to this. Obviously, I can't say no. Outside of that, I look at the character of the people and I look at what they do and how they vibrate to see if this will be a good fit for me because not all money is good money. You understand where I'm coming from? If I don't like you, I don't want to do no business with you. So I researched my boy, I studied, bro, you know what I'm saying? And more than anything, it's just a vibe that you get when you're rocking with the right people. Anybody that's out there that's operating in the way where they already making money and they're still trying to help people, it's good people. You know what I'm saying? So they definitely people that you should pay attention to, I would say. All right, Putos, let me see what's going on here. Let's change the color up, man, because we trying to get some money. Let's change the green. Let's make this the money color today. Let's get some green. I like green today, okay? Let's make that lime green a little bit more money green. Y'all feel it? Oh, y'all feeling it now? Yeah. Okay, Johnathan Tucker, I want to jump on. He's in the building. Here's a link. You hit that link right there, and then you'll be in the studio. All right. So those are the requirements. Y'all got all the requirements. You know what I'm saying? I'm just introduce you to Mr. Tuck. All right, let me stop this for 1 second. See what we got going on around here. I do have some espresso coffee called Boostello because I'm from the Bronx. For my Brooklyn people, this has nothing to do with stealing clothes. Just letting you know. Just in case you didn't know, I'm letting you know. Kill Sapo. Everybody hit the like button. Share the video, man. Share it to that guy that need. Some of you bums been selling drugs your whole life, getting locked up for BS cases and stuff like that, and now's your opportunity for you to switch it up and give back. Because at the end of the day, this is not just about stuffing your pocket with money. This is about giving back. Okay, there go Tuck. All right.
This was tough. Dude, I've never done this before, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yo, you like a dude that just came home from jail, like using the cell phone upside down, man.
Does it look like it's upside down?
No. You cool, man.
Yeah, but that is true. That's how I feel right now. I mean, I've done Instagram lives.
Where the hell are you, man? That background looks crazy.
It's real. I'm in Boston. It's not one of these fake backgrounds. I have my wife and my kids. We were in New York because I was flying through, and I realized, my wife has been on all these community meetings and calls, and she's not as familiar with all of our sites, our assets, as she wanted to be. So I figured, even though it'd be a huge pain to get the kids to Boston, it would be worth it. So we jumped a flight to Boston and just took the kids to their first Red Sox game, which I know a lot of your colleagues are huge fans of. We're not supporting the Yankees. I know that Mac's a big Red Sox fan.
Bro, you better not come to New York. Switch that hat up when you come to the town. Hey,
that was said. I knew that, but dude, I'm a big fan of yours, and I really want this opportunity to work for you, and for anybody else who has experienced the injustice right now of our cannabis laws. It's just it's a black mark on this good country.
It sure is. And me being from New York, like I was making a joke with, because I'm out in Cincinnati right now, with some cats that's out here about how crazy the laws was. Like you could literally just be on the street not doing shit and have a little joint in your pocket. Next thing you know, you're in jail for 6 months. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I mean, look, there's people that are locked up today for selling cannabis or using cannabis. And we have an equity market in Canada and now an equity market here in the United States that is profiting to the tunes of billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. And the U.S. government is more than happy to take that tax bill. That's getting paid.
They're kind of thirsty. Like when I first started looking at the documentaries that was dedicated to Humboldt County and what they was doing up there in Northern Cali, I was like, man, I was surprised how much money they was dumping into the police force and everything else. I mean, it's a no-brainer for the government.
It's not fair. It's not fair. It's just not fair.
It's robbery.
And that's why you and I are working as diligently and deliberately as we are in order to try to get, you through this process. They don't make the process easy. And I know you've outlined that to your friends and neighbors here, but if we can make this happen in the next 2 weeks, and maybe there's a few folks out there that meet the criteria that you've bulleted, then let's jump into this thing with 2 feet.
Okay, now I want to tell my audience, right, and the people that's going to see this in the next few days, that I in the beginning of the video before you got here, I kind of like outlined the requirements and what they need directly. I also directed them to the website where they can find these things out, as well as my email. So if the people want to contact me and they want, to get on deck with us so we could push a license, we're looking for 2 more applicants. I mean, qualified applicants.
At least. I mean, look, this is open right now. This is open right now to anybody who has had a front row viewing of how unjust these laws are. You're getting the opportunity to benefit from frankly, from the sacrifices that you guys have had to make because of a completely backward system. So let's try to take advantage of that and do that together. It's really important.
You know what? I think that a regular dude like me coming out here and telling them, it'll kind of like push them to make them think that it can really happen. Because I think that what we do is we think about the negative first, and we don't know that that I mean, and I feel like New Yorkers, we become desensitized to the laws that affect us to a point where it's like I'm a hustler, I get locked up for weed.
Yep.
This is a part of the game. It's cool. No,
Well, by
you
the way, this is Mac. This is part of the game. This is part of the game. But it's the other way around. This is part of the game, and we have busted our chops to find a capital partner. It's taken us 4 years of stringing this thing together. A lot like building train tracks as the train is continually moving forward. We're looking over, going, "Oh man, I hope I don't get run over." But we have a capital partner. We have assets here to deploy. I can barely fill out the information required to buy a plane ticket, let alone as you've seen, Mac, 70-page documents, right?
yeah, I've seen one with 52 pages. I've seen one with 60 pages, and this it's a process. It's definitely a process. I mean, the easiest part is for us to make ourselves available to be a candidate. Like the back end shit is
And
what
we'll take care of that. So like we've got the law firm, we got the team. It's not saying it's easy, but we can do this and we can do it as a partnership. It's not free, like nothing in life is free, but this is a huge opportunity for those individuals out there that want to actually play the game the same way that you're talking about, except this time they're getting the benefit.
Okay, can I ask you? Can I throw a few random questions? I'm pretty sure you don't have a bunch of time. The people that need to contact me, I need y'all to get in contact with me ASAP. If you have my cell phone number, contact me. If you got everybody knows the email, macmeantruestory@gmail. That's the contact. Question: have you really ever flown a plane?
I have flown a plane, but not. You're talking about Snowfall because I make my living as an actor. Surprisingly, there is not there's a lot of money for the U.S. government to make in cannabis, but right now, the irony is, all these local communities and regulators have said out loud, we want to help those that were disproportionately affected by antiquated cannabis laws, unfair laws, right? And they say we want to give them the first opportunity at the table to profit. That's great. That's true. But then they go, oh, the U.S. government goes, but we won't give them a bank account. And if you try to use those earnings to justify getting a mortgage, right, you can't do it. If you want to write off the cost of goods sold, right? You buy something for $1, you sell it for $2. You want to write off that dollar, so it's only $1 worth of profit, not $2 of profit. You can't do that. So they're actually, on one hand,
Oh, they marginalizing it. It's there, but it's not kind of
it's
thing.
there, but it's not. But it will be there. So let's get ourselves into the game because pretty soon they're going to pass the Safe Banking Act. And you'll be able to write off that dollar, and there will be some real profit here. But if you're not available to play, if you're not on the playing field, you're not open for any catch.
Yeah, yeah. And what I learned, ironically too, is like even if you don't meet the card requirements, there's other programs that's dedicated towards this right after that because they want 50%, and specifically in New York, 50% of the holders to be like you said, disproportionately
Mac, how
affected.
much of your life has been wasted dealing with a cannabis offense? Wasted.
A lot,
A
a
lot.
lot, including the case.
Money, time. Man, we only got so many years on, so many months, so many days on Earth. If you have had your time wasted because of bullshit cannabis laws, email macmean at macmeantruestory@gmail.com because it is your time to profit from this. And if you meet those specifications, we're here to partner with you and to do that.
You do nonprofit work too, don't you?
Very important to me. That's how you and I met. My family found out what Avenues for Justice, used to be called Andrew Glover Youth Program, does. It's a youth diversion program in Lower Manhattan. Now they're in the whole 5 boroughs. But everybody deserves a second chance. You're not the worst thing that you've ever done, and I'm a victim's right, guys. Too. It's not like I don't think
That's
not
why.
everyone gets this opportunity.
You know what's so crazy? Because when I after I first met you and I started like discovering who you was, I looked at the Pegasus Fund, and you know what I mean, and things that you was
Yep.
doing, just reaching out for avenues for justice. It made me open as you know, like to work with you because you was already doing shit for the community. You was already busting moves for us.
Well,
You
you
know, so
can't, you know, you a lot of look. I'm very much about personal responsibility. I'm very much about people recognizing that if anybody has done it, that you can do it too. I'm not a victim guy. I don't believe in that in any way, shape, or form. I want everyone to have. I believe that self worth derives from succeeding under stress and in working. You know, but I also don't think that every flower you blame every flower that doesn't bloom. But if you don't look at the soil, if you don't look at the light, if you don't look at the water, you have to understand that this is a community effort too, and
woo.
it's very important to me, Mac.
Okay, last thing I have for you because we ain't gonna we not we'll do a part two somewhere down the
Oh, I
line.
love this. This is a great YouTube live. I'm in, bro. We'll do this. I'll do this with you all the time.
Now, my last question for you, right? I had somebody pull some notes for me. I actually had a bunch of stuff I wanted. I rarely take notes, but I want to ask you this one thing. I don't want to escape this. You into meditation, and the person that researched it said transcendental,
Yeah.
what's that sort of
Here's what
meditation?
I do, man. Every day, twice a day for 20 minutes. Just like you brush your teeth or you make coffee or you go on a jog or you go to the gym. Um, I just sit down and say the same word over and over, like banana, 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 banana for 20 minutes. And it's very empowering because there's nothing more potent, makes you feel more powerful than being able to sit silently for an extended period of time. Man,
I
I lift a lot of heavy weights. You know, I love going to combat gyms. I love hitting colleagues of mine in a in a prescribed, contained, safe environment. I like driving fast cars. I love motorcycles. I love shooting guns. I love all that stuff. Nothing will make you feel more of a champion than being able to sit quietly with yourself.
I agree. What I say is I am. Look at this motherfucker, y'all. This dude is like fucking. You know what I mean? Like, look at this cat. Look at this guy.
Oh yeah, that's that's some some good bait.
Yeah,
I like to take care of myself. I know you do too. You know,
yeah.
as you've we, as I said, there's our time here on Earth is limited, and we only have one body. There was this great thing I saw the other day. Warren Buffett, he goes to this high school and he says, "I'm going to buy you any car you want tomorrow. Any car, you name it, it's going to be delivered with a bow in your garage tomorrow. So you decide what you want. But here's the catch. Catch is, it's going to be the only car that you get to ride and drive for the rest of your life. Because I bet you take pretty good care of it. Well, you only have one body, you only have one mind, you only have one set of lungs, one kidney. So you got to take care of it, man. I'm all about quality of life.
I'm heavy on that. So that's all I got for now, man. You know what I mean? I don't want to hold you too long because I know you
No,
with the
I love it,
family.
man. I'm a big fan of yours, dude. Gut instincts is important to me, and I got a good gut instinct about you. But I'll tell you something else. If there's people on here that have been, spent time behind bars, like that ages you, dude. It ages
Yeah.
you. It physically ages you. So you need to work even harder and get into, get your mental health game in check, and look
Where's
at
your
what TM is. What's that?
outside of like okay, you obviously have a lot of business going on and work, right? And family. What's your passion though? Like what's your ultimate, like what's your drive? Like what do you see for yourself outside of work and what's your personal drive?
Well, I have two kids, and there's just been nothing more rewarding than that. And also being like a loyal, faithful, responsible husband. That's really important to me. And I think like more men should talk about that. It feels good, dude. I'm not saying that there isn't going to be temptation out there, and there aren't slippery surfaces upon which you can walk, and that people don't make mistakes. But if you find a person, and not every partner is going to meet every expectation that you have for them, but being in a faithful relationship for an extended period of time and raising children in that partnership is the most rewarding thing I've ever done. And I've done some pretty exceptional things. Sacrifice isn't always a problem. Like sometimes it actually makes me feel good. You look at somebody, I'm not gonna have that drink. I'm not gonna use that drug. I'm not gonna sleep with that woman. Like sometimes, like not.
How wild are you? How wild are you for you a wild boy?
Man, no, I mean, I just think like it's funny because I grew up in this Irish Catholic community in Boston, and I didn't really take to a lot of those, those principles. But I do think human beings are fallible, and I think we're want to make mistakes, and I think we are tempted, and I think we like shortcuts. But we have to guard ourselves against that over and over and over and over again every single day. And when you do that over the long term, extraordinary things will happen. Extraordinary things will happen. And I hope I get to do it with you, Mac.
Yeah, we're gonna get. I mean, we're gonna get rich. I'm manifesting this. I'm heavy on meditation too. I meditate every single day, and I've manifested some shit. Like so. I'm ready to manifest this opportunity to create jobs for people. That's really what I'm throwing it. Like my
Nothing
man.
feels better.
Yeah, that's what I want. I know what it feels like to have money. I know what it feels like to lose. And I feel like I'm blessed, but I want to open up the doors for other people. So that's where my passion is at.
Well, let's do it together and find some other folks who can do it because we want to do this for a lot of people and you need the support because it is just too challenging to do on your own. And by you, I mean me too. That's why we have the. So let's get these lawyers in there and help everybody out. God bless you.
All right, I'll see you soon, bro.
Lots of love. Thanks for the invitation. This was a lot of fun. I've never done this before.
We'll do it again soon, and I'll show you behind the scenes how to get it done too. All right.
Well, and I know you make some money on it too because I've seen that. So you're a fucking pro, brother. Lots of love. Bye, bye, guys.
Yeah. So that's Johnathan Tucker. Like I said, or like we've said, I met them months ago, and we've been like behind the scenes trying to get this disparagement license up and running. I'm gonna be looking for an ambassador. You're talking about millions of dollars overnight, like really, really, like opening up doors for people. So when I tell y'all that I have some things going on, that's one of the things. Also, I have a production deal going on for TSTV. So if I told you to pull a show up, or don't just talk to me, but really bring a show, it's because you're being watched. I'm being watched. That's why certain things I don't talk about. You know what I'm saying? And what I want to do is take the TSTV, the people that's doing legitimate shows, that's getting numbers like Jamel Saladin, like Sha Banks, Monday Night Raw. We're gonna do Monday Night Raw with Sha Banks. You know what I'm saying? We have Tuesdays and Thursdays with Jamel Saladin. Gemstone is going to be on Friday. We got some things going on. We got Miss Benzo, the Friendzo, you know. And all the people that's been doing shows that have been consistent with me, I plan on once the money does come in for the production deal, we'll be able to put some money behind the shit we doing and get niggas some contracts and stuff like that. So we could do legitimate content, whether that's like a food show, whether that's like, talk shows, or, the women's show, the raising kids shows. We got to make money out here, man. And that conversation that these cats is having is so small. Okay. We got to expand it. Hit me at macmeantruestory@gmail. Y'all know I took a break for a couple of days for, I got some spicy shit coming out tomorrow. I'm going to be holding niggas accountable again tomorrow. But today I'm going to take a break because I got a lot to do. All right. Share the video again. If you know anybody that's been locked up for something that's fucked up in New York, just tell them to hit me at macmeantruestory@gmail. We're going to select 2 candidates out hopefully in the next couple of weeks. All right. Later, man. Macmean True Story out.